and welcome to Bits of Wit, Wit Incorporated's web series bringing you snippets of theatre throughout isolation. I'm Elle Boydell, and I'm a company member with Wit Incorporated. I would first like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which Wit Incorporated meets, creates, and connects, the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung and Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay deep respect to elders past, present, and emerging, and acknowledge the generations of care that these people have had over this unceded land. We extend our respects to First Nations people across Australia. Wit Incorporated is an award-winning independent theatre company based in Melbourne's West. We're excited about creating accessible and inclusive theatre that tells representative stories. And right now, we're excited to share with you Bits of Wit, your favourite original scenes reimagined for the screen and shared with you to enjoy at home. Bits of Wit is supported by Maribyrnong Arts and Culture and Creative Brimbank, and we thank our supporters. For those of you who joined us last week for our first Bit of Wit, welcome back. But if you missed out, never fear, you can watch Facing the Future and meet Hope Keller on our YouTube channel. Tonight, though, we'll be sharing a rather different story with, of course, I Speak French. After the video, stick around and join me for a conversation with writer and performer Lansy Feng about creating art in isolation. In the meantime, I'll invite you to please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It'll help others find us and help Wit Incorporated reach a broader audience. If you love what we do, please also consider donating to Wit Incorporated. Any dollar you can spare will help us pay artists for their important work. And we are a deductible gift recipient, so you've got just a few hours left of the financial year to get in there for a tax-free donation. Details of how to donate are in the details below. And now, I'll invite you to settle in and enjoy tonight's Bit of Wit. Of course, I speak French.
So here we are, where I found Yueh in my last life. Oh, who's Yueh? Asked my dead husband. This guy. I totally do not bring this photo with me everywhere all the time. Anyway, long story short, I've been chasing him for 4 lifetimes now, and we finally got married this life, and he died. So here we are, back in this big famous restaurant Yueh in Taipei. I remember I got myself this job as a singer to work here, so I could meet more people and find him quicker. It was 1884 when French invaded Taiwan and negotiated to occupy Danshui and Geelong. There were always a lot of French soldiers coming to the restaurant. They required people who speak French to work here, so I lied on my resume. Of course I speak French. Who doesn't? Bonjour, croissant, baguette. And you just smile, and you nod, and you sing whatever they want you to sing. Okay. Shit. Rose. It's easy. It's about a rose in LA. It's a French military song. I will take this home and practice and bring it back to amazing. Yeah. Merci. Merci. Well, so I got the job. Luckily, my boss didn't speak French himself, so I just grabbed words from other waitresses and made up songs, and it's enough to afford him. Everything was fine until one day my boss asked me to help taking order for a table of French soldiers. So we were at the table. I was so nervous. Okay, you gotta say something. Anything. Just make it up. What did the waitress say the other day? Oh, boss, I've got this. I looked at them seriously, pretended that I know my shit. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Quoi? 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 Okay, that sentence apparently does not mean what would you like to order. Hey, hey, what do they want, huh? Oh, didn't you hear them say Gua? They spoke in Mandarin. Gua means melon. They want melon. Melon? I don't have any melon. You what? You don't have any melon? What kind of restaurant does not have any melon? Look at how angry they are. Fine, tell them no problem. I'll go get them. Okay, cool. Macy! So I left the table. When I was just about to go pack my bag and run, one of the French soldiers from that table came to stop me. Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle. He said that he actually speaks Mandarin and he could help me to take order. He found me very funny and he wanted to know me and blah blah blah. I don't remember the rest because the minute he opened his mouth, I knew. Even he was reborn as French this time. It's Yueh. And all of a sudden, I speak French. Wait, we don't have license to sing this song. Oh, well, luckily, Lancy's got us covered. I'll see you next time. Bye. Wow.
Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little language lesson. I'm joined now by creator and performer Lansy Feng, who, after that video, is surely a familiar face. Welcome, Lansy.
Hello. 说中文的朋友们，如果喜欢我们的影片，请帮我们订阅跟分享。然后在接下来的演员访谈之后，这部短剧就能在我们的频道首页找到咯，而且有中英文字幕可以选择。谢谢。
Thanks, Lansy. For our non-Mandarin speaking audience, Lansy was just doing a quick shout out to let people know that the video with accurate subtitles in both English and Mandarin will be available on our YouTube channel as soon as this live stream is over. And now this is our chance to have a chat and hear from Lansy about the process. We'd love to hear your questions too, so you're able to pop them in the chat if there's anything you'd like to ask away. But first, I've got to ask Lansy, what's it like sitting around the dining table with 3 other versions of yourself?
Well, it's interesting because when I was filming, I'm actually sitting in one of the chairs, and then I have to fill all the other chairs with plush toys, which I happen to have a lot, and I have to have conversation with them so they can stand in for the actor who's not there. And yes, there's one time when I was shooting halfway, my husband passed by. I was talking to plush toys and saying, "What? Huh?" Having a real conversation. He passed by, he went, "Okay, I can't laugh loud, but I really want to." He was holding his laugh for a while. And then finally I finished, and then he burst out laughing. So it was quite fun.
It sounds like you had a lot of amusing moments, and we've just had a question come in from Belinda who asked what was the most fun bit to film.
The most fun bit to film. Getting to dress up as all the character. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Big wide range. Even the soldiers, they are all 4 different personalities. So it's really interesting to get the chance to actually do all of them. So yeah.
Do you have you've referenced that there were lots of different characters. How much backstory do you have for all of your different characters? I know Chuen-Jiau and Yueh are obviously major characters in the whole story, but even the other soldiers and the boss, do they have a lot of backstory?
Yes, they all have. One of the soldier, which is my favorite one, that is the one with the gray hat and the cute mustache. That mustache took me a long time to draw, and it was really fun. He is a funny character. He's a player, also kind of a bit pervert, always check out girls, that kind of thing, and thinking he's the best. Never really work hard, and just past a laid back guy. Yeah, I would say so. It's a bit like that for each soldier. Yeah.
That beret-wearing soldier must have really liked being asked, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir then?
Yes. I would say so. So maybe maybe that's why he's the only one who didn't say quoi. He just said, oh, yeah, I'll do it.
We have another question come in from Sasha, who's asked, what inspired you to create this work?
So the work is originally from the show How I Met My Dead Husband, and the Dead Husband show. The inspirations from everywhere. It originally started from when I was in film school, and when we were doing showreel scenes, one of my classmates needed a coffin, and he couldn't find it anywhere, and I happened to have some big boxes at home. So the next day, I brought him a coffin to school. And then from that coffin, I started to have ideas, but I haven't really written them down. But then until one day, my scene teacher kept pushing me, like, you gotta, write your own stories and stuff. And then, so I started to write. But after like the whole script was finished, I wasn't entirely happy with it until I had this other class at my film school. It's called SFA. And in the class, the teacher wanted us to, based on our own heritage, to write a story. And I wrote that story in the class and then fell in love with it. So I went home, scratched everything from the original script, and started from that script and made the whole show. So yeah.
As you say, this story, of course, I Speak French, comes out of the bigger show, How I Met My Dead Husband, which I had the privilege of seeing live last year. What was the process of translating the story for the screen like?
It's interesting because on the stage, it was a one-woman show, so I had to play all the parts, but then I don't have time to go downstage to get changed and come back. So doing the show, I have to have all the character in me already. That's a lot of homework I have to do, so then I can just snap into that character. And now I'm doing this into film. I get to actually do everyone, all the characters. So it's really fun to do.
Oh, it's great that you've been able to have a different way of playing around with it.
Yeah.
We've got another question from Jennifer Piper. How much has Chuen-Jiau changed over the different versions? Like the stage productions and now this film's version, how has that core character changed?
Interesting. Because this time I'm actually the scene actually in the restaurant now with the set and everything. So yeah, maybe she feel closer to Yueh's life in that life rather than on the funeral in the funeral hall. So yeah, maybe yeah, even closer to the character and everyone. It's more intimate. Yeah.
It's got a real intimacy in the way you film because there's so much close up as well, and we sort of really see all of those emotions going through her face, which obviously you see live on stage as well, but we feel closer to her as an audience, I think, which is really, really nice.
Mm.
Do you find you perform in a different way when you're performing through a camera versus performing on stage?
Well, acting wise, well, living in that situation as the person is the same because you gotta live there. When you do this character, you are her, you are that person. So it's the same. I think it's more technical part that you need to know that you are not out of frame and then what frame is better, eye line and everything. So I feel like the difference is more of a technical part with equipment and stuff. Yeah.
And obviously this project, Bits of Wit, has been very much informed by the fact that we're currently under a little bit of lockdown at least. How has the current context of isolation affected your creativity?
Well, we have to do everything at home and filming and everything. So it actually forced you to be very creative to make your home look like a look like a restaurant in Qing Dynasty. So you have like backdrop in the middle of your living room for days, and there's lights and camera everywhere in your kitchen, and you can't move. So you kind of have to live through it. Like you don't want to bump into all the equipment and stuff. So it is quite it is affecting my life, but then it's also interesting to force you to think, okay, how am I going to make that scene happen? So yeah, it's in a way it's good.
You've certainly committed to the art. And we've got one more question come in. I think will be our last question. This one's from Andrew, who's asked, is there a reason you chose La Vie en Rose and the French language as a central part of this particular story?
La Vie en Rose. It was one of the songs when I was doing the singing lesson, and that song really spoke to me when I was doing that song. So when I wrote the cabaret, I put it in because I think it suits it, and also the song, yeah, it's talking to me and I can relate to. It's interesting, yeah. So that's why I chose La Vie en Rose.
And for anyone who hasn't spotted it yet and wants to get the full experience, there's a link to Lansy singing La Vie en Rose as another part of another lockdown creative project. So find that link in the details of this video. You're in for a treat. Lancy's got an amazing voice. And then I'll say thank you, Lansy, for sharing some of your experiences of creating this piece. And thank you everyone who's joined us this evening for its premiere launch. You'll be able to watch back over Of Course I Speak French by heading to our YouTube channel or finding the link on our social media. And in the meantime, please like this video and subscribe to spread the word. And also, please check back in next week. You'll have the pleasure of learning some critical household skills in At Home with Anxiety in our third Bit of Wit. We really hope to see you then.
Thank you.